Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Paige. I make videos every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You should subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about grieving your health with a chronic illness. Grief is not just related to losing a loved one. You can also grieve your health when you've been diagnosed with a chronic illness and the life that you envision for yourself. I am currently grieving my health. I kind of went through a phase right when I was diagnosed that I was so focused on my health and managing my symptoms and all the new information I was getting that I really didn't have the time to grieve and process my feelings. And now that I'm in a place where I am processing my feelings, I'm going to therapy, I'm learning a lot about grief, and that's what I'm going through. There are 5 stages of grief. However, grief is not linear, meaning you don't go through the stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm done grieving. It's more like 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, you're all over the place and you're going through them. You're having ups and downs. It's a roller coaster of emotions. The first stage that I'm going to talk about is denial. This one hit my parents much harder than it hit me. Denial is when you are rejecting your current reality. You don't believe you're sick. Maybe you don't believe you'll be sick forever. Maybe you don't believe your child is sick. You don't need to change your lifestyle, and the doctors are just wrong. I didn't really experience denial when I was first diagnosed because I was looking for that diagnosis. I already knew something was wrong with me. But my parents, on the other hand, were so focused on me being happy and healthy, and they really just didn't want anything to be wrong with me. So when I was diagnosed, they had a really hard time accepting that I was sick. The next stage that I'm going to talk about is anger. Feeling angry at your health and your doctors is completely normal when you're being diagnosed with something because your body is betraying you. You can be angry at that. But beating yourself up for not taking better care of yourself or feeling angry at your doctors for the years of struggling without a diagnosis, or even angry at the world for your misfortune. Being angry does not help you. It does not hurt the people you're angry at, but it is an emotion that you need to process. The next stage that I'm going to be talking about is bargaining. And this is probably the first stage that I experienced when I got diagnosed. This is the stage where you will try anything and everything to get better. I tried so many supplements and pillows and exercise programs at first because I was so convinced that if I did enough, I could change my fate. And another thing with bargaining is maybe you're talking to God or yourself or your higher power and saying, I will do better if you just make me healthy. That's another example of bargaining. And it can be really difficult not to do this. I mean, you think that the way that you treat yourself and your lifestyle would really affect your health, and it does, but it's not going to change the fact that you have a chronic illness. The next stage that I'm going to talk about is depression. In my opinion, this has been the hardest part about grieving my health. Having a chronic illness can be extremely isolating, and it can be easy to push people away because maybe they don't understand. And the change in plans that you had for your future can truly be heartbreaking. I even sometimes get to the point where I ask myself, what's the point? What is the point in taking all of these extra steps if I'm never going to get better? And that is just destructive thinking. And it happens when you're depressed. Because all of those little extra steps that you're taking, they do make a difference. It might not be such a difference that you're not ill anymore, but it's going to help you get out of bed the next day. And this is kind of where little victories come in, because celebrating little victories helped my depression so much. It still does, helps my depression. The last stage of grief is acceptance. When I am in this stage, I am okay with my diagnosis. I see the good in it. I see the relief I've gotten from it. I am okay with the changes that I have made to my lifestyle and the changes that I have made to my future plans. I am okay with using walking devices. I'm okay with running out of energy partway through my day. I accept my body for what it is. I tell myself rest is productive. It feels good. And I wish that I could live in this stage all the time, and I hope that one day I get to that point. For now, I tend to bounce between acceptance, depression, and anger the most. But identifying what I was going through really helped me to learn how to cope with my loss. Journaling is something that has helped a lot. Writing down and identifying what stage I've been in that day, how my mood has affected my pain, how the things that I'm telling myself are good or destructive, just kind of working through my thoughts really helps me. Another thing that has helped me tremendously is therapy. I did not identify that I was grieving before I went back to therapy after my diagnosis. I explained what I was feeling, and she was like, Paige, you're grieving the loss of your health, the loss of your future plans. And a light bulb just went off in my head, and I understood why I was feeling the way that I felt. And it was so validating, and it's just helped me so much. Support. You need support when you're grieving. You do. I know that you want to push people away, but you need support. And if you can't find support in your everyday life, go into the chronic illness community, because we are so supportive of each other, and I love that. Going into a support group with my chronic illness people in my area and just talking to someone who can actually understand what I'm going through, oh, it just takes so much weight off of my shoulders and my heart. And even the Facebook pages, if you post in the Facebook pages asking for support, you will find it. And that is amazing. Before we wrap up this video, I just want to mention that grief takes time, and it is different for everyone. Some people don't even experience grief when they're diagnosed with a chronic illness, but a lot of people do, and it can take years for some people. So be kind to yourself and take time to grieve. I hope that someone out there can identify with this video. If you do, please let me know in the comment section below. It is amazing to know that you're not alone in your grief. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you enjoyed, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel, and even hit the little bell button to be notified every time that I upload, which is Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Friday. Bye, guys.